Welcome to today's Explainer. We're jumping right into a body part that, honestly, gets so neglected, but it's absolutely crucial for both your aesthetics and your functional strength. Yep, we're talking about the ultimate home-based dumbbell routine for building massive, powerful forearms. Look, if you're a busy professional trying to squeeze the absolute most out of your home workouts, you've probably figured out by now that standard dumbbell curls just kinda aren't cutting it for your lower arms. Well, today we're going to change that completely. We're tailoring a science-backed routine specifically for you using just dumbbells to skyrocket your grip strength and add serious size, literally right from your living room.
So, let's start with a frustration I think we've all felt. Picture this, right? You've been working hard, your chest and biceps are looking fantastic, and you step up to do some heavy dumbbell rows or maybe deadlifts. You're feeling good. But right in the middle of an amazing set, your hands just give out. No way around it. Your back actually has plenty of energy left, but your grip slips and your forearms are just burning uncontrollably. It is so frustrating when lagging forearms and a weak grip totally stall your progress on major compound lifts. I mean, your back simply can't grow if your hands can't hold the weight.
But let's completely flip the script on forearm genetics for a second. Let me tell you a quick story about a guy I used to know. He thought his incredibly thin wrists meant he was just cursed to have small arms forever. But actually, scratch that. Having thin wrists is a total genetic cheat code. Through consistent training, he transformed those thin wrists into this dramatic, powerful forearm definition. It's crazy, because there's less bone mass there. Any small amount of muscle you add creates this incredible illusion of size, making those veins pop with far less effort. It's the ultimate underdog's advantage. It makes you look significantly stronger with just a little bit of targeted work.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll dive into the anatomy of powerful forearms. Second, dumbbell isolation exercises. Third, we'll look at grip hacks and DIY gear. Fourth, metabolic stress and intensity. And finally, we'll lay out your weekly growth blueprint.
All right, let's kick things off with Section 1, Anatomy of Powerful Forearms, Understanding the Machinery.
You know, experts often call the forearms the calves of the arms. If they lack development, it just completely throws off your balanced physique. To fix this, we really need to understand how these muscle groups function to improve both your aesthetic and strength goals. Enter the brachioradialis. This is that really prominent muscle sitting right on the top outer part of your upper forearm. Because it crosses the elbow joint, targeting this specific muscle is the absolute secret to achieving that 3D, dense look. It's basically the ultimate t-shirt muscle, because when you're wearing short sleeves, this is the main part of your arm that the world actually sees.
Now beyond that top muscle, we've got two main compartments to think about. The anterior compartment on the front contains your flexors. These guys are active anytime you curl your wrist inward or grip something tightly. Then, flip the arm over, and you have the posterior compartment on the back, the extensors, which physically lift the back of your hand. Balancing these two out is incredibly important. Think about it. If you only ever train your flexors by gripping heavy weights all the time and totally neglect your extensors, you're going to create an imbalance. And guess what? That imbalance is actually a huge hidden cause of that really annoying sharp elbow sting or tightness you might feel during a bench press. We definitely want to avoid that.
Moving right along to Section 2, Dumbbell Isolation Exercises. This is your at-home arsenal.
So, for the busy professional working out at home, a standard pair of dumbbells is quite literally all you need to build this arsenal. And the absolute king of brachioradialis development? That's the dumbbell reverse curl. But listen, execution is everything here. I'm going to guide you through the correct form. You want to use a pronated, meaning overhand, thumbless grip. Why thumbless? Because it stops the weight from just resting passively on your thumbs, which forces your forearm muscles to engage so much deeper. But more importantly, this overhand grip puts your biceps at a severe mechanical disadvantage. Since your biceps can't help out as much, your brachioradialis is forced to take over the lifting load. Just make absolutely sure you keep those elbows strictly pinned to your sides.
So, what about reps? Well, 15 to 20 is your magic number. Because we're isolating a single joint in a relatively smaller muscle group, prioritizing a controlled range of motion with high repetitions is absolutely critical here. Going way too heavy, way too fast is just a quick ticket to wrist strain. Sticking to that controlled 15 to 20 rep zone keeps your joint safe, prevents potential injury, and still delivers a massive pump.
Now, to really round out your home dumbbell arsenal, you need to include dynamic movements to build stronger, more resilient forearms. First up, dumbbell wrist rotations. You hold the dumbbell and slowly rotate your wrist 180 degrees. This is incredible for hitting all those complex angles and really improving wrist stability. Next, we add in traditional wrist curls for the flexors. Basically, you let the dumbbell roll all the way down to your fingertips and then curl it all the way up.
Finally, flip your arm over for reverse wrist curls to hit those extensors. Doing this ensures you're getting full coverage and you don't create those painful imbalances we talked about just a minute ago.
All right, on to section 3, grip hacks and DIY gear. Because hey, no gym, no problem at all.
I'm going to let you in on a secret. One of the most effective forearm builders in existence is the wrist roller. And the best part? You can easily make one right at home. Seriously, just use a simple, sturdy stick or wooden dowel, a strong piece of rope, and a weight. Attach the rope right to the middle of the stick and tie a light dumbbell to the bottom of the rope. When you dynamically roll that weight up and down, it absolutely scorches both the flexors and extensors, totally diversifying your training stimulus. Now here is a massive pro tip. Don't hold the roller straight out in front of you. If you do that, your front shoulder muscles are going to burn out before your forearms even get a workout. Keep your elbows slightly bent and tucked close to your body.
And if you're looking for pure functional grip strength, you've got to check out these hacks. Towel holds are fantastic for this. Just wrap 2 small towels over a pull-up bar or a heavy barbell, grab those towels as hard as you can, and just hold on for 30 to 45 seconds. This will dramatically improve your grip strength for those heavy lifts. You can also throw in plate pinches, literally just pinching 2 weight plates together. This diversifies your training stimulus by targeting the specific digit flexors in your fingers. Or try using fat grips. You can just wrap a towel or some foam around your dumbbell handles to make them thicker. That simple change turns every single lift into an intense grip challenge.
Let's step it up. Section 4, metabolic stress and intensity. Time to push the limits.
So what exactly is metabolic stress? Well, it's a physiological state you achieve when you maintain constant, unbroken tension on a muscle. It actually restricts blood from escaping, which leads to a massive pooling of blood, lactic acid, and metabolites right there in the tissue. You know that really deep, intense, almost agonizing burning sensation you feel during a long set? Yeah, that's metabolic stress. And science tells us it is one of the absolute primary drivers for rapid muscle hypertrophy, which just means rapid growth, and getting that crazy vascularity.
Okay, so how do we reliably trigger this? We do it with a brutal, high-repetition finisher at the very end of your workout. Grab a very light pair of dumbbells, now rapidly rotate your wrists forward as fast as you can for 30 seconds, then immediately switch and rotate them backward for another 30 seconds. It works both the flexors and the extensors in one massive, continuous 60-second set. This gorges the forearms with blood, induces exactly the metabolic stress needed for that rapid forearm growth.
Now, if you want to push things even further, let's talk advanced intensity methods like partial repetitions or extended sets. Research actually shows that peak torque for the brachioradialis happens right between 100 and 120 degrees of elbow flexion, which is basically just the top half of a standard curl. So try this. After you complete your standard 15 full reps of a reverse curl, and you literally can't do another full one, do not drop the weight. Instead, immediately add partial repetitions in the top half of the movement. It squeezes every last drop of growth potential out of the muscle to really push that forearm hypertrophy into overdrive.
And finally, Section 5, your weekly growth blueprint. Let's put everything we've learned together.
If you're someone completely new to forearm isolation training, here's how you create a simple weekly routine over 2 distinct sessions, Workout A and Workout B. Notice how we diversify the stimulus here. In Session 1, you focus on hammer curls, rolling your wrist roller up, and doing those towel holds. Then, in Session 2, you switch the angles up. You do reverse curls, you roll the wrist roller down, and you do plate pinches. Both of these sessions end with that intense, rapid rotation finisher. It's completely balanced, highly efficient, and guarantees you're hitting every single one of those 20-plus forearm muscles.
But listen, to make this work, you've got to follow the rules of the routine. First off, start with just 2 sessions per week. Forearms recover fast, sure, but they still need rest. Second, and I cannot stress this enough, perform these specific isolation exercises at the end of your upper body workouts. If you fatigue your grip at the start of your workout, your back and pulling exercises are going to suffer immensely. Finally, you need to track your progress. Monitor your grip strength gains by keeping track of your hold times on the towels or the specific loads you're lifting. Then, recommend specific ways to increase intensity by adding just a few reps or a few seconds of hold time weekly to guarantee progressive overload.
So what's the ultimate payoff for a busy professional working out at home who actually sticks to this? Well, just like that story of the guy transforming his thin wrists, consistency with these dumbbell exercises leads to genuinely amazing results. When you roll up your sleeves, you're going to see noticeable vascularity and this beautifully balanced aesthetic thickness that just commands respect. But arguably more importantly, you're going to see your performance in other gym lifts absolutely skyrocketing. Your heavy deadlifts and your rows are going to shoot up because finally, your grip will actually be able to handle the heavy weight your back is pulling.
I want to leave you with this final, slightly provocative thought. Real strength isn't just in looking big, it's in control. Having a truly crushing grip gives you unparalleled control over the weights, which maximizes every single exercise you do. So, you got to ask yourself, are you going to keep letting your weak grip hold your back hostage? Or are you finally ready to unlock your true strength potential? Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.